I was just teaching and hadn't switched my microphone over. Okay, I got this book this week, or over the weekend. I actually bought this last week, but when it came, it was damaged. So I contacted the the customer service, and they said, oh, well, just keep that one and we'll send you another one. They don't always do that, so it's not something I would suggest trying to do, but once in a while they will say, oh, just keep that. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. What I think I'll do with selling stuff is I will just set it up in my community tab, because right now I don't know what prices to charge for anything, or if I should do like a flat rate box or whatever. Stencils don't cost that much to send. I mean, they're small. So I think what I'll do is kind of put these in sets, ones that have the same theme, like underwater and that kind of thing. And then books. I've got several books. And maybe I have a set of pencils. I don't know. That's probably... It's probably a matter of the case it's in is worth more than the pencil. So... and it would be less expensive for you just to get it new. Anyhow, so I think that's what I'll do. I'll just put a bunch of stuff in my community tab. I'll try to do that this week. So I got this book this week, on the weekend. I'm going to do a buddy color with Coloring with Kay. And I picked out some of my favorites. If y'all want to do the color along as well with me, that would be great. I marked all the pages I liked, but the ones that I selected for buddy color, and I asked Kay if these are the ones that she would want to do. And she hasn't replied to me, as far as I know. Hey, Kenny. Hey, Dawn. Thank you for coming. I'm going to pop over to Instagram and see if she replied. Looks like she did. Oh, awesome. All right. I've fallen ill. Oh, dear. All right. Which one does she like? Oh. I didn't mind that one at all. Okay. Sorry about that. Do y'all have this book? Or do you want to have this book? All right, awesome. I will show you the page that she liked. She wanted to do, let's see. First, I guess I can show you what I wanted to do. I like this one. The, what do you call it? The dragonfly and the flower. And this is one of the older books because it's still got the hidden pictures in it. You look at this. So the other one that I wanted to send back, it had a little damage on the bottom here, and I couldn't remember if I bought it as a damaged piece or if it was new. And I thought maybe they'd just give me a few dollars off. But they said, oh, here, we'll just send you the whole thing. Okay. And then the new one is coming out. I haven't actually had a mythographic book do that. Sometimes the page will come off from this part, from the perforation, but not from the whole binding part. But I wasn't going to send it back or ask for another one after. I mean, it's not a big deal because I'll just take these out as I use them. Oh, where is the one? I know I marked it. Of course, it wasn't. That's one of the ones I like too. I love this lion. And see the water coming out, coming away. Kenny, do you know what this reminds me of? I bet you do. I didn't mean to go through all of these pages like that. I didn't much like any of the pages with people. Well, at least you're getting to see some of the things, some of the pictures. Well, stink. All right, well, I will go look for it this way. You know what? I think maybe it might be better if I just showed you this part. All right, you see it? It is one with some butterflies and a tree trunk with like the universe in there. Lots of mushrooms. I wonder if I didn't actually pick that one because it had a bunch of mushrooms. I'm not against mushrooms. I'm just against them being the predominant theme of a picture. There it is. It's called the Wood Cove. All right. This would be 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 28, 29, 30. I wonder if it's not one I picked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Should be popping up here. I marked this one as one I like, though it's not really a subject I would would choose normally, but there's something about the way that it's arranged, the way they're set next to each other, and of course planets. That is a common theme in these books, where they would have planets and stars along with water. It's kind of an odd... Sorry about that. Well, I don't know where it is in there. I showed you it on the phone. All right. I hadn't slept well for a few days. Yeah, a lot of people just lurk, which is fine. I don't mind. I do a lot of lurking myself. So I may not last very long, but we'll see. Oh, I bent that one. All right. I think I left out all of my pictures, all my pencils. Let me fix that zooming focus thing here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, and I think it's focused pretty well, so we'll go with that. I need to close this app here. Okay, that's better. That's okay. I was going to show you something else I had. I bought, but I'll do that maybe in the middle of the lesson. I just finished teaching 2 classes, and so now I've got lesson on my mind. Yeah, I've got to get everything squared, right? It's just one of those things. All right, got it all. How was everyone's weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Your gold turned out pretty. Oh yeah, I didn't. All right. My camera's not in the right spot, so. Thanks. I looked over a little bit more about how to do gold. And the book I was using wasn't really super helpful. But it was okay. One of these books that I bought, it was a used one of the colorist books. It was a used one, and it smells smoky, so I might sort of rub the cover with some baking soda, see if that helps. Yeah, so it's not that great. I've actually looked at a lot of different metal coloring, but this is the one I had been using from the book. She uses like a little bit of red down in here, and she says that's kind of gives it it improves the tone of the gold. So yeah, I was trying to work on that. So okay, I'm gonna reposition everything. Maybe not. I need to crack the spine on these. Oh, and maybe get them bound. That would be awesome. I would love to have those bound. I wish I could take a picture of the two dogs. They just were looking straight at me, and little Tyler had a they're close to each other physically, and Tyler and they both froze. Tyler had a toy hanging out of his mouth, and Robin was they're both looking at me with this funny look. Anyway, those kind of moments get away really fast, and then the picture is lost. But anyway, it was hilarious. I just had to share that. Okay, that's good. I believe I was using purples on this. Oh yeah, I was asking you how your weekend was. Mine was tiring. I have this bad habit of going to bed late, even though I know I need to get up. After I teach, I need to decompress. No, I don't have my other glove, but this will do. A lot of times I will just turn a picture upside down so that I don't have to worry about rubbing off the colors. But I didn't do that this time. Alright. I don't think I wrote those down. So I'll just have to guess what I did. I hope y'all had a good weekend. Sunday was good. I think I used that one. This one's too red. I wouldn't use that. And the purple. Yep. Hey, Yana. Hey, Noelle. A pool day? Oh, y'all. Was it Sunday? Yes, Sunday evening. It started to rain. I was so excited about it that I high-fived two perfect strangers. Isn't that funny? We were coming out of the Walmart, and when we went into the Walmart, it was sunshine and a few clouds. We were in there probably 30 minutes, maybe. It seemed like 30 minutes, but it probably was more. And as we were coming out, we saw that it was cloudy. And it was windy. And I thought I saw some wet on the ground. And these two guys, one of them was the greeter, I guess. They're always older folks, which is good. Wow, that's a weird looking flower right there. And they were looking at their phones and talking about the rain, and I said, "Oh, is it raining?" And he said, "Yeah, it's about to." And I was so excited that I high-fived them. Now, in Texas, you can do that. In the South, you can just talk to strangers as usual. Well, I'm not recommending talking to strangers, but we say hello to a lot of people we don't know. It's just a normal thing. Whereas I know in Britain, if you just talk to somebody randomly on the street, they would give you a really funny look. But In the South, not so much. Maybe in New York, some of the northern states, you wouldn't do that. Oh, hey Zoe, how are you? Yes, Emily. Thanks for commenting. Yeah, you know what? All right. In 1999, I don't think y'all were living here then. You probably were teenagers in 99. Um, our daughter was, let's see, was she 5? 4, I think she was 4 years old. Wouldn't that have been right? 99? 93? Yeah, she was 5. It was before she got her hair cut, so that's how I know when things are. Do I remember her having her haircut? Anyway, it was so hot. We lived in a house about 30, about a minute from here, and just really down the road, about a mile. That's what I was trying to say. Just a mile down the road, and the air conditioning wasn't very good. And so it was just a much hotter summer for us. And we did a lot of things like imagining we are in Little House on the Prairie in the winter, and did all kinds of wintry things that helped us get through. But one thing is they didn't rain for about 2 months then either. And so I said, well, when it rains again, I'm going to go out and dance in the rain. And my daughter says she would too. So time went by and it still hadn't rained. And pretty soon, at the end of, was it the end of August or the beginning of September? One of those, it rained. I was so excited. This is before we had smartphones that we could look at the weather. We'd have to actually watch the news to get the weather. I thought that was funny. And it started to rain. It was getting cloudy, and then suddenly there's this rain, and I said, oh yay! It was more or less sprinkling like it was yesterday, Emily. More sprinkling rather than a good gully washer, as we say. I am trying to find this. And, no, that's not the one I want. I want the Prisma one. But because we didn't really have any radar to look at that point, we were surprised. Ooh. Trying to remember how I did that. I don't think I had that much. White there. Anyhow, so when we got home, it was sprinkling at our house, and I said, ooh, I'm gonna go dance in it. So just like I did when our daughter was little in 1999, it might have been 98, but we went out there, or I went out there, and I didn't really dance. I just walked around and I did a video. I think I was going to put the video on my community tab, but I haven't done it yet. I've just been so tired. Let's see. I need to move this over here so I can see the actual. For some reason, the chat isn't showing up on my YouTube deal, so let's see. I've been debugging the windows and screens here in the porch. Sheesh, the gnat debris is incredible. That's too funny. Oh, you talked to everyone in the grocery store too? Yeah. Kenny, do you live in California? I can't remember if you live there or somewhere else. Oh, you were 13. That's so funny, Emily. Yeah. And you probably didn't live in Texas either. But that year it was quite hot and dry. Let's see what else. Hey Marcy. We are vacay, but saw you were live, so I just wanted to pop in and say hi. Hi, Zoe. If Steve is there, say hi, Steve. I'm finally reunited with my dogs. Oh, good. Are you getting to bring your dogs back to your flat, or are you're just visiting them? I hope you get to take them home, but at least you get to visit, right? That's hard to do when you're separated from your pets. All right, who's it? I have a 6-foot tall windows out here that are jalousie type, the kind you see in Florida and the Caribbean, and each has 16 small panes, which are a pain to clean. Ow. Jalousie, I'm not sure I've heard of that. Pain, they are a pain, yes. It allows me to open the windows fully, and it's a screened in room. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Zoe says she's at her mom's a few days in Cambridgeshire, or Cambridgeshire. I don't know how you'd say that. Before you go to Norfolk. I hope you have a great time. Yeah, I hope it rains again soon, but I'm very pleased that it's rained at all. I wonder if I can find it. Oh, it says it's 82, which is a whole lot better than a 102. Oh, you're in Cali. Okay, so are people in California as friendly as people in Texas? You moved in 2011. Okay. Boy, y'all are tapping away here. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so glad. Oh, Connie. You're in the kitchen. Okay, cook us something good. Steve says, hello, Leslie Lady Hawk. Leslie Lady Hawk, he says. Oh, Connie, are you going to be on later today? Cambridgeshire. It's pronounced Norfolk. Okay. Cambridgeshire. I figured that's what it was, but sometimes the Brits like to squish words into a smaller space. Like controversy would be, no, I can't even say it. Conservatory would be conservatory, right? And controversy would be contravesty. Something like that. Yay! I'm excited to have Connie be back at it. But it was probably good for her to have a break too. I have thought many times of taking a break, or just like for a day. But I enjoy having the chat and everyone to chat with. I just miss it, so I go, well, I'll just be sleepy. Yeah, when I'm done, eat my lunch and watch a little bit of Connie's live stream. My dogs just love to find paper and rip at it. And it's probably not the best idea to let them do that, maybe, but if they're doing that while I'm streaming or teaching, I can't necessarily just stop. And I'm just putting a little bit of this. I'm sorry, I'm not telling you what I'm using. Did I use the Dahlia Purple at all? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so the three that I'm using on this flower are Hot Pink, Mulberry, and Dahlia Purple. Hey Brittany, how are you? So I'm just putting a little bit on the edges of what I've already put down. Nothing spectacular. And then I'm using the, okay, I've used this so far. Why don't I try a different one? Here is the Grisaille. I said I was going to continue using it and seeing how it was. Ah. Okay. As far as I can tell, my experience that is, the Grisaille blender, burnisher blender, works well on, boy, it's almost too much, almost works too well. Works well with Prismas on this paper. This paper is the Amazon paper. And it seems like to me that it moves the color like the Prisma blender, but maybe a little easier. I mean, I'm not pressing very much at all. I kind of wish I'd have started out with less color on the page because I didn't intend these to be quite this dark. I wanted them to be a little bit more like these down here. I suppose I could erase, but I don't know. Can I be bothered? I think I'll do a little erasing. Oh, let me read the chat. Brittany says, if my dad isn't back by 11:30, I have to cancel my meeting. Okay. Hope your dad gets back. Hey, Colorful Dreams. I can see you. I find it easier to look away from the chat and talk while I'm coloring than to try to do all three at once. And so I might not reply to you right away. So I do apologize for that. This may be too much erasing. Let's see. I think so, D. She's just busy coloring. Yeah. Oh, I need a new doodad. Well, there's a word I haven't used in a long time. It's a doodad. probably doesn't matter necessarily if I do it exactly the same as the other one, but it's like reverse painting. If that's such a thing. I think I'll add a little bit of white here. Reverse painting. I know there's reverse coloring, which I don't know. Do y'all like that reverse coloring? Should I give it a try? It just seems kind of too chaotic to me. Like it's a page with just blobs of color on it, and then you're supposed to draw something on it. I don't know. It just seems too chaotic to me. She's a lady hawk on a mission. I like that. That's funny. Leslie doesn't always look at the chats. Yeah. RJ Hampton is testing out paper on his IG story today. Oh, is he really? Does this mean he may find a... Oh, that would be nice. His pictures are awesome. Yeah. Probably for better grade. Yeah, his horror deserves to be better. It does. Yeah. I think it would be a great idea if Amazon would offer different kinds of paper. Now, probably it would cost more, but I think it would behoove them. Is that a good word? It would behoove them. But, you know, finding a different publisher is okay too. All right, I'm going to stop messing around with that. And do a little bit of green. This is Prussian green. It's one of my smallest pencils. I need some paper with some tooth. Not a lot, but yeah. I've tested different pencils out in different books, and I'm trying to think if there's any one book that they all work in. Probably not, because there are definitely some that Prisma... There's actually one that I know of. I'm not sure about them all. But it's the Japanese version of Symphony. Prismas don't work that great in here unless you color it first with like a polychromos or a Black Widow. Brutes work okay. Trying to see what I did here. I checked off, sorry, my center of camera is in a different spot. So fabric cell, oh no, what was that? Yikes. There was another one that worked well in there. I can't remember what it was. It might have been, it almost looks like, yeah, I think that is the Color Metallics. Anyway, so if you use one of those, then you can, then the Prismas work a little better on there. I know that's probably too much, but yeah, that's what I was wondering, is if there's a book that everything works well on. Hey, Elise. Linda Reverence books and handle any kind of pencil mediums. Best paper ever. Super cardstock quality. Yeah, I suppose the cardstock would handle just about anything. Um, yeah, I'm not a portrait fan, so. Oh, Ailey's here. How are you? I'm glad you popped in. Ah, she's getting her groceries. Good job. All right, dare I try to move the camera just a little bit? Well, I guess it would be much easier if I moved the stuff that is this way. Yeah, than it would be to move the camera, because that may take 5 minutes. So my center is further up on my desk. I've had, yes, I agree. New days are nice. All right, I've got to dig down on my floor for something that fell. If I shake the table, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Ouch. Oh. I'm getting too old to get on the floor, y'all. This is what I was going after. It's my phone holder. The phone keeps getting in the way, and I have to find a place to put it in. Anyway, so that works. All right, what was I gonna do? Oh, all right. Let's see. Now, what color am I going to make the dragons? Should I just paint them some sparkly paint? Thanks for popping in. Finishing the rest of my coffee. All right, I can work on the gold or the dragon. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like a maybe I can do a little bit of a silver dragon on here, because this water I made silver. I'm not entirely certain that's working. The only way to see it is to kind of do that to the page. This is a lot of French grays, which you can kind of turn into silver. I know these little gems, I wanted to be the colors that are up here. Let's see. These little gems are so tiny. You know what? I think instead of trying to color them, I'm just going to use these. These are Secure Jelly Roll Stardust. I think that's what I'm going to use. Be sparkly. Words are definitely hard today. Stream today. Yay! Connie's streaming! Yay! Coral pinks? You mean for the dragons? Well, we got two. This dragon is more or less part of the base, and this one would be the real one. The quote real one. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Coral pinks? This is purple gem. I may go over that with a little bit of Posca in a minute. My pond rocks are all going to be removed and scrubbed, covered in gunk. I like rocks in the bottom, but it comes with chore. Algae doesn't help. Wow. Yeah, how big is your pond? I do have a pink here. I had a friend that lived, I think she still lives there. Lives in West Virginia. Is it West Virginia or North Carolina? It's North Carolina. Anyway, so she lives there and she's got a big pond that has fish all in it. I think it's big enough for her to actually fish in it. So it's sort of like a tank. You'd call it a tank here. This one, pink, red. I might just make it like a silver gem or something. Where is my silver? I have to move my phone again if I... Oh, that's the one. Oh, there's the silver. Anyway, she... Look at that. Oh, I see what it is. She would feed her fish every day or every other day or whatever. So I'm not really certain what kind of fish she had in there. But she had a pond. Not at all big, but nice waterfall. It's about 3 feet deep. Oh, wow, nice. You could almost stand in there. Do you have to drain it before you... Well, obviously, I guess you would have to drain it. Is it just the rocks that get dirty, or is it, you know, the whole thing? There's another friend of mine who lives in Oregon. No, he lives in Washington. I'll get it right eventually. And he has a koi pond. It's a nice size one. I believe it's got a window on the side, so he can look in, see how the kois are doing. I'm not certain what all I used for the brown, did I use French Cray? I'm not sure I did. Oh, y'all will just have to remind me. Leslie, write it down so you don't ask every time. I think I used a dark brown too, which I might have dropped or put back in the bag. Let me see. Oh, I've got the dark umber. So the dark brown must be out. Probably I'll find it chewed up somewhere. If I drop something on the floor, I've got to immediately pick it up if it's not metal, or Puppy will grab it. Well, I can't find the dark brown. That worries me. So I think I'll just use the dark umber, which is not too far away from dark brown. Oh, yeah, I'm not real fond of putting them away, but I do. I would love to be able to order the groceries instead of my husband shopping, but he likes doing the shopping, so he does. Yeah, I'm delaying here. Okay, so this kind of almost tells you what to put here. Okay, let's do I'm not sure how to color this to match. I guess it's better to match the pieces rather than to go along with the lines. So I will just start out with the umber color. Oh, hey Nico! So glad you're here. I'd be afraid they would mess up. Oh, it could be that's why he's, I don't know, he just likes it. Sometimes some weeks he'll go every day, but he tries not to. Editing videos now. Okay, great. Oh, Nico, I hate editing. I really do. But it's sometimes a necessary evil. I made a video Saturday, I think it was. Yeah, it was Saturday. Oh, I can't do my hand that way. And I was trying to do it in one take and not having to edit, but the dog started barking and the husband started talking and that's how it ended. So what I ended up doing was leaving it for editing, which is not my favorite thing to do. Much for ordering groceries because food shopping with 3 boys. Oh, I bet. Yeah. My best friend has 4 kids. Now imagine going shopping with 4. Now the older one was able to corral the younger one a little bit, so it wasn't quite as dramatic. But still, I mean, that's in the time period where we didn't have little grocery apps. I do wish I could find my dark brown. Even if it was on the floor or had fallen, I probably couldn't find it. What I really need is a net. I need a net to catch all the things that fall. Uh-oh. Just like that. All right. I need more space. Everything. I just keep piling stuff on. All right. I'm going to look at my conversion chart here real quick to see if we have a dark brown equivalent in something. because I'm really not liking how this dark umber is working. Dark brown, okay. Dark chocolate, coffee, and Artex. I don't have Ortiz on there. I think I'll use the Artex. Dark brown. I don't use these as much. Dark brown. Imagine that. Dark brown is dark brown. Dark brown. Alright. Erase just a little bit. I can imagine if I took all three boys now, it would be the older two Corelli and the other one. One would just get cross. I'd then be telling the older one to stop, older two to stop being second dads or hubbies. Someone wants to be bossy. Yeah. Yeah, my friend had 3 boys and a girl. So, yeah, she's... Oh, I like this better. I like this much better. Yeah, so it was crazy. I just had one, so it wasn't quite as crazy, but she would get into trouble. She liked to get underneath, sorry, I can't talk and color at the same time. She would get underneath the cart and ride, and you know, where you put things below the cart. She'd get in there and she would start moving the cart around. And at the time, it kind of drove me nuts. But when I look back on it, I think, you know what? I should have just let her do it and not fussed at her about it. Let's see. Okay, push the cart for me. So I'd give her a little job instead of telling her, no, stop doing such and such. But, you know, I'm going to sharpen this. I forgot how much I like these Artex. Five girls, did you buy stock in toilet paper? Oh, wow, that's so true. Yeah. Kitten playtime, yay. Kind of, you have a good son. Words of wisdom right here. There, Leslie? Yeah, yeah. My kiddo wanted to do it too, but I was always worried he would snag his fingers. Yeah. Also, the grocery store floor isn't clean. Yeah, well, in the early 2000s, we didn't think about dirty floors, I guess. Which may be to our detriment, I don't know. But probably if I'd have let her do it once, then she might have gotten over it. people know. Or I'd just say, okay, let's wash your hands when we're done. Who knows? But hindsight's 2020, right? We just don't always know. I got upset about more stuff than I do now. And I don't have a child to practice on. Hey, Dawn. Did you leave and come back? Not entirely sure I like that, but we're just going to keep going because I don't have time to mess around with anything. All right, so it's going to be darker here and here, and then of course it will be darker down this way and underneath. This will be darker, and this is darker. A little bit underneath the flowers. I'm just kind of blocking in some color. Be dark behind. I'm gonna have to turn the book. Sorry, y'all. Okay. And then it'll be dark under this part. This part looks kind of curved, so thought I'd make it look kind of curved. And we have dark and dark here. I'll be back, y'all. I'm sorry. Talks amongst yourselves. I apologize for having to leave a second. I hope you can't hear me eat too much. I was shaking too much and I knew I needed to get something. Okay. Where was I? Dark. Yes. So there's the dark, and then a little bit less dark. Oh, a little better today. I still didn't sleep enough. Emily, does your shaking get worse when you need to eat something? I mean, the shaking is neurological, but it's affected by like low blood sugar. I wonder what this thing is. Not sure. I'm just gonna make it let's see. Let me put a dark patch here. I'm not 100% confident in what I'm doing. But I thought if I just built it up slowly, which is what I usually do, then it will come out. Only on occasion I was doing some biz reorganizing yesterday. I strained my muscles more than usual, so my hands are all over the place. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I get that. It's more pronounced at the moment because I'm working on something fiddly. Yes. So, you remind me. I am making a model for my husband. I've made several models for him. I enjoy making the models. Now, I'm not that great at it, and I don't do a bunch of extra stuff that some of them do. But I haven't made a model in a while, and I'm starting to, take the pieces off and trying to get it, the glue in the right spot and all that stuff, and I'm like, gosh, it's hard. I'm glad I'm starting now. Hopefully I'll finish by his birthday. But, yeah, as I've gotten older, it's more shaky, and then I don't know. I mean, my husband's checked my blood sugar before, and it's always been fine, so I don't know. It must have something to do with it. It's a learning experience. Kenny after raising girls. Yeah, there's a lot of glue. Got it. That is too true. When there's glue involved, it gets a little crazy. All right, then I'll come in with this. Oh, I didn't think. Kind of do it like that. I tried to get this precision glue. It's really teeny tiny. Not as tiny as I'd like it to be. I should have just went ahead and bought the fancier version of the glue. It would have probably been easier. But I've already bought this one, and I probably just should use it. And my husband is not about perfection. Model making for me is kind of like quilting. You're putting some little parts together to make something big. So I really enjoy it. But I can't make a model for myself. I've got to make a model for somebody. It's like quilting. I can't just make one for me. I mean, I could, I guess, if I forced myself to do it. But I really enjoy making stuff for other people. That's where I get my joy from. Now, I buy myself a lot of stuff, but I don't want to make myself anything. I really ought to, at least, once. I've made bowl cozies. Those are these little quilted bowl-shaped squares that you put your bowl in and put it in the microwave. And I made a load of those one year for different family members. And that was pretty fun. But I really burned myself out that year because I made everybody something and a bag to put it in. So it just ended up being kind of a burnout, let's do something else kind of day, kind of month. I mean, I'm still kind of on a no-so. I think this is too dark. I've put too much dark on that. Yes, please don't burn yourself. I've burned myself many times. You probably have too. I am unsupervised. Are you? Okay. Only spoons. That's funny. Yeah, so this model I'm putting together, you've got to have a craft knife or an X-Acto knife. I put all this dark down and then I'm bringing it up, pulling back some of the dark. But that's okay. I got a little carried away. Got a little carried away. Oh, there's my dogs barking. Gold is hard to do. And you just got to keep practicing and erasing and practicing and erasing and practicing. And then I'm definitely not good at as I want to be at it. If I'm any good, I don't know. But it seems like everybody does their gold differently. Or there's a lot of different ways to do it. And I think when I start to try to make something gold, I end up almost merging the 3 or 4 types of gold making into one, and it kind of comes out blobby. Bark, bark, bark. I'm just having some trail mix. Yeah, the X-Acto knife. I've got to be really careful with that. This will just be dirty gold. I'm trying to make it match the top parts a little bit, but also I wanted to bring this dragon off the page. With the darker color. It's getting there. It's getting there. I hope you have a good time tackling the pond, Yana. They are. Well, I put everything in a box. See, this is where I'm doing the model. It's probably a bad idea. I think I'm just going to have to take it to the kitchen table and work on it there. Although I'm not going to have the same light that I have. This is the cream. I'm not sure why I got that out. I don't usually use cream. Because then I can actually spread out there and I don't have to keep moving my coloring stuff around. Okay, now I'm going to get a little darker. Oh, I'm sorry you have fine motor skill issues. I do also, but if I can reposition my hand in a different way, that helps me, but it just all depends on what kind of motor skill issue you have. Yeah, not all of them you're able to reposition your hand and kind of help it along. I would love not to shake. There is a medication I can take, but it would interfere with some other medication, so I don't really want to do that. Put a little bit more of this canary color. I think I need more of this here. Bye, Yana. Thanks for coming in. I'm crunching, I'm sorry. It's a banana chip thing. I just love trail mix. I try to get as healthy of a trail mix as I can, but I don't always succeed. This is yellow ochre, by the way. You know what I ought to do is like set up little sticky notes up here that say, remember to tell what you're using. That kind of stuff. Oh, I just marked on there. Urgh. Oh, no. Some paper just doesn't like to erase. It's kind of irksome. Now there's an old word for you. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, so I'm just going to leave it. I think I should have made this lighter. It's almost overwhelming the picture. Well, it's okay. I think I need to make that different color. Well, that's not working for me. That's better. Okay, now I'm going to... Ooh, man, this is like running out. I mean, not like running out, but running out of it. That doesn't make sense. Never mind. It's coming out. Out of the container. The tube, the whatever it is. What is she doing? Well, there we are. Oh, how are you doing? Hi, the other Emily. Emily 2. All right. I definitely think this is too too dark. It is just too dark. Oh, you can't even see. Sorry about that. That might be a little better. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it for now. Gold is hard to do. I mean, there's so much going on here. You got these little ridges that are roundish, and then you have the dragon on there. It's just hard to do. Like on this ring, though, you can see really where to put different colors. Hoping it's not a fit, is it? Oh. When we first got Tyler, he did that maybe 3 times. Gold is just hard to do. But I won't give up on it. Okay. The dragon. Did we say we were going to use pink on it? A pink dragon? Why not? For the gold I do, Leslie, I'll try using like gold rod and some orangey browns. Yeah. That's kind of what I was using, but I don't know. There's dark brown. This is dark brown from Artex, but because I can't find mine from Prisma, it's basically the same. yellow ochre, canary yellow, and oh, this one should go here. Light umber. But it's kind of coming out dirty rather than I'm gonna try something. You know what? It's not working on here. Instead of a zigzag kind of pattern. More like that, maybe. I could sit here all day and tweak this. A lighter brown? Yeah. Lighter than burnt light umber. What's lighter than light umber? Let's see what we have. Oh, something dropped. I better pick it up. Oh, I have sienna beige. And could use a little artichoke on there. Maybe a jasmine. It's not light or brown exactly, but I feel like I'm just making a mess rather than doing good here. I'm just making a mess. I'm doing anything good. Tuscan red is perfect color. We did. Yeah. I'm not using darker browns. Oh, I see. Lighter brown. Tuscan red. Reddish brown. Well, I definitely got reddish browns. Tuscan red. Sienna brown is orangey. Burnt ochre is orangey. Could try some of those. Should I just erase this black or dark brown altogether or leave some? I guess I could leave a little bit of it. I don't like the black in there so much. You'd leave it for a while and go back? Probably. Yeah, I think maybe I'll leave that for now. I'll get it eventually. I mean, I've erased a whole bunch of stuff and started over many times, so I mean on other pictures. All right. The little dragon. Gonna make it pink. I thought you followed the tutorial in the special effect. I did, but that was using black. I don't think it. That's why I said I didn't think that was a very good tutorial on that. Yeah. See, they're using black. Yellow pencil or dark Naples ochre, a raw umber or a tan, a dark brown, and then black fine liner, which I didn't have a fine liner, so maybe I just need to do exactly, put all of that in there like that, and then put that over it. And then it says you can blend in a little bit of an earthy green color, or you can use a little bit of a red color. Yep, I know. I just feel bad about making mistakes on camera, but you know, it's all right. We all do it. I guess I can erase a little bit and then start it over. But I'm going to get some dragon done here before I go. I found out that special effects are good, but yes, the newer one though, they're about a couple of years old. The fourth one, it might still be leaving things out, but when I compare it to, see, this has more steps in it than the other ones. And I think that's what people were saying in the earlier books. There's not enough steps. But in this one, in the fourth one, they have more. She has more steps, and so that's why I got that one. And the third one, I might have liked another step or two with the bricks, but it at least gives you a jumping off point, you know. The second one, I have this thing about getting a full set, but I didn't want the second one because it was the worst one. So this is the first book, which, I mean, look, there's only 5 steps really on that. And the fur, this is horrible. This is a horrible tutorial on fur. I mean, look at what's, this sort of is okay, but then whoever the printer applies this giant piece to the smaller, and I don't know, to me it's horrible. I was going to try, now the scales aren't too bad. I was going to try that on here. The chrome isn't too bad. I would like to see more on this one. So there's a few hit and miss in here. At least it gives you ideas. The wood grain is pretty good. And the dripping, thought the dripping was okay. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend book 2 at all. Let's see. Every step broken. Yeah. The gold you need to have contrast with a dark brown, then go lighter with some light umber, then layers into yellow and ochre. I'm going to take a screenshot of that so I can see what she says. You can add artichoke to make the gold more earthy. Yeah. Yeah, I know she's got a video on that. I just wasn't really crazy about her, Sarah's video on gold. I suppose I would like tutorials to especially metals. Now Elena's got a good one, but as far as metals go, more variety of surfaces, like curves. How do you do metal on a curve? Or how do you do a metal on something flat? That kind of thing, if that makes sense. That would be nice. I can look at tutorials, but how do I do it on the thing I'm working on? That's, for me, that's kind of a difficult jump. A little bit difficult of a jump. I need to go and look at some Nico tutorials, because Nico is a fantastic colorist. You do curves with shadows and highlights. Oh, you know, I've forgotten about, I just joined her channel yesterday. Brittany, I have to 100% agree with you on that. You could do a whole book just on gold and silver and other metals. Yeah. Hey, why don't you write one? Oh yeah? Okay. I'll have to pop over there too. An idea just popped into my head about taking a whole week to learn just one technique. I'm one of those that wants to do it all right away, do everything at once, which is probably not the best way. It depends on what it is. Some things you could just learn in one day. But as far as metals go, that's more of a challenging subject. Hey, Shannon. Have you been here the whole time, dear? What is your own opinion on gold? Oh, sorry, Angela. I saw you and just didn't think, wait a minute, I haven't seen her in the chat. I need to say hello. It's as if you were always here and I always knew you were here. And anyway, I'm glad you're here. Oh my goodness, I'm just looking at my screen and boy, this looks horrible. It's absolutely atrocious. Oh. But I think it's what I ought to do is spend a solid week on just learning learning metals. Watch everyone's videos that is working with metal. Maybe just study some metal things. It would be fun. "36 minutes. Okay. Shannon, do you know where I left my pliers?" Let's see. Check the trash can that's right by your table. They might have fallen in, which has happened to me a few times, so I speak with experience. I always check my little trash can. They could be, oh, and I've left stuff in my pocket. And I've changed, I wear different, oh, that's a long story. I might have left something in my pocket from the previous day and I have to go dig it out. So sometimes that happens. I don't think I've ever left anything in the fridge. If I can backtrack, then I can find stuff most of the time. Sometimes not. Is it Connie's birthday tomorrow? Oh, you need to bring your other colors in. Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Silver and gold usually reflect other stuff, like here I'd probably add that green into it, like a little bit here. I'm going to redo this later anyway, but a little bit of pink. Probably here. Something like that. Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you, Shannon. Yeah, I can do gold on flat things, but when it comes to curved things, that's a challenge, because the dark spots are usually reflecting something in front of it. And so in this case, it also could be reflecting the bowl, ball, whatever it is, casting a little bit of a shadow, more of a shadow on there. So I could add some more shadow of I probably need to take that Posca out. So go around, and then I'll probably take some of that dark off around the dragon. Yeah, but see, in there makes sense. I can't have that. I fully expect items to be in their places, or the predictable places. Yes, that's right. If you think about it too much, that is what I think. Oh, I think about it too much. Of course I do. It's me. I think too much. That chaos is the most logical answer when it involves me. You know, Emily, I think we might be more alike than we think. See, I kind of like this dark around here. Yeah, this is too dark. So what it's doing is making the yellow look dirty. I may just have to use paint. Oh, no, don't use paint. Yeah, I'll probably just fiddle around with that some more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank you for coming. And thanks for helping out with my picture. I think I'm going to deepen some shadows here on the tree and rework this part and finish the dragon. I'm not sure I'm going to make a background. I might just forego the background. Except here I probably will put blue. I could just do that. I could do a simple blue background. Just light blue, just to bring some color for the sky here. And so yeah, rework that a little bit. You're welcome. I'm so glad I could. Yeah, see you soon. Bye. Thank you. Y'all have a great week, okay? You too, Nico. Take care.